substantive issue then, Billy Hawkes, because your audit of communications within the Gardaí and their management of data last week, I had a look at it again today, and you identified practices that perhaps, you know, weren't as they should be when it comes to data protection. Outline what you found.
Well, we looked in a comprehensive way, in fact, at how the Garda Síochána handled personal data. Commissioner Callan and his staff did fully cooperate with us, and we generally found a very professional approach to handling personal data. We did find issues that needed to be improved. You mentioned one of them, the methods of accessing telecommunications data. We also called for far greater follow-up and scrutiny of the access by individual Gardaí to information on people on the Pulse system, and even more importantly...
OK, but just on the telecommunications thing, you found a number of instances whereby information was accessed, information that you need permission to access if you're a Garda, and then permission was sought retrospectively. Now, you say in your audit that that shouldn't be the case.
Yes, we said this was not best practice because it's already sensitive that the Gardaí have this right. They have the right to demand information about our phone
Is it illegal?
No, it's legal. It's legally provided for in our legislation, which also is European legislation, which says that a chief superintendent can authorise access to the record of who we call, when we call.
Retrospectively?
No, the retrospective aspect was the point we picked up on. We said that this should happen on a case-by-case basis. The argument we got against it that was that there were so many such accesses by An Garda Síochána, which is an issue in itself, that the only practical way of doing it was, in fact, to do it in batch.
Okay,
but we said that was not good enough.
Not good enough or illegal?
That's an interesting point, because the requirement in the law is that the access should be approved, each individual access should be approved.
In advance of it happening?
Yeah, in advance
so it's illegal? I mean, you're saying it's not best practice, it's illegal.
You certainly can argue that it's illegal. And again, our focus in the audit was to change practices and to move in the direction where we'd have a fully professional approach by the Gardaí.
So why should we be surprised that phone calls are being recorded? I mean, this is happening all of the time. Mark Kelly, you're nodding in agreement.
Yes, I mean, I think, unfortunately, we're not surprised. These latest revelations, though, really do open up an appalling vista in relation to legal representation in particular, and the right that people have in Garda custody not to incriminate themselves, the right to a fair trial. If it's the case that systematically telephone communications have been captured and recorded,